I'm interested in your background, especially because on your website, you call yourself a digital illustrator, NFT enthusiast, but you say that a lot of your influence comes from the cartoons you watched growing up. So, what are those cartoons that you were so inspired by?
Oh yeah. So I was a Saturday morning cartoon addict.
Yeah,
So it was WB, right? Early in the morning. Fox Kids for sure. You might have the Disney XD, but that was like, when everything else was cooked and you already saw all the episodes. But I'm also a Cartoon Network like kid. So I'm talking about like the 90s cartoons, like the Dexter's Laboratory, the Johnny Bravos, the Powerpuff Girls, all those like Ed, Ed and Eddie's and things like that. And I would just like do nothing but draw cartoons all
nice.
the time growing up. Like, we couldn't afford much, but the one thing I'll give my mom was that like we would go to this art store downtown. So I'm from New York City. I know you guys are based in Jersey, but there used to be an art store called Pearl Paint
Oh
in
yeah, that was my
Chinatown.
favorite
In
growing up.
Chinatown, yeah.
Yes.
I used to
Yeah,
go
Yeah,
there
yeah,
all
yeah.
the time.
So that was my Toys R Us. Like I
yeah,
would go there and I'd just buy sketchbooks and like micro pens and markers and all those things, and I would just spend hours of my day doing
Yeah.
nothing but drawing. Like that was me. I was that kid. And yeah, those cartoons influenced me a lot. And then on top of that, since we're on that subject of like what's influenced me, um, it like I read a lot of books growing
mm,
up, but on top of reading, I studied like the illustrations of a lot of books growing up, and a lot of artists. So of course, Keith Haring, you can see Keith Haring in my work for sure.
yeah,
But there's an
definitely.
illustrator, yeah, there's an illustrator that's not as known in the art world, which is Tommy De Paola, and he's really well, like he's really famous in terms of children's books. So if you look up Tommy De Paola and you see his books, you're gonna be like, whoa, whoa! Like I know I read these books growing up, and I used to like just study his art technique and his style. And
Let's
when it
see.
comes to a lot of yeah, yeah, you can look it up. There you go. And when it comes to a lot of my work, illustrative work that celebrates community in the inner city or in the Latino space in the culture, a lot of it is influenced by him, Keith Haring, Murakami, just a bunch of yeah, and then like the cartoons that I grew up watching on Cartoon Network and things like that. So I'm someone that like from a young age I just observed and like was like a sponge, and I was just like, yo, like I like this, I like this. How can I make this my own? Like I'm trying to find my voice as I'm growing as an artist, even from the age of like 5 years old. So
Nice.